I kind of can't believe this game is coming back. And it's coming back and it's remastered. Croc is a game that if someone were to tell me to bring up games I played as a kid, I don't think I'd bring it up. It's a game that I have memories of playing. I think I played the second one more than the first one. But my goodness, do I barely have memories of playing it in the sense of that it feels like I only played it for like a segmented amount of time and then that was it. Because there's a bunch of old games that I would replay again and again throughout my whole life. Even some that I still replay to this day from when I was a kid. Croc is a series that I have not touched since I was a kid. I have had nothing to do with those games. I think the only time I ever really did anything with it was I did make a reveal trailer theory for Smash Bros. I made one of those videos on Croc. Other than that, I have not. Even in conversation, I don't think I've brought Croc up. But Croc is a game that, because we've had so many games that have been coming back, it feels like we just get either it's ported to newer consoles or it's a remaster or it's like a pack and you get like the however many sequels they had from back when they made a series or whatever. But this is one that I am genuinely very interested to play because, well, one memory I have of it, which is irrelevant to even talk about, but it's just kind of funny to me, was back then I didn't really understand like the memory card thing when I was a kid. I remember I kept saving after like everything. So I had like the memory card was like full and it had like a full list of like each individual save. Anyway, I always thought that the world of Croc and the characters in Croc were really cool. And that's what I'm interested to experience again. Because now that I'm older, and now that I'm going to be able to kind of play through it with a different lens, a lens, I guess, in two ways. Two ways. Because I'm going to have the lens of it being a remaster, which was not what I was referring to, but also the lens of me being older. Because I remember, I don't think Croc 1 or 2 I fully beat. I don't think I ever did. So it's going to be really fun to go back to these games because there's so much that I don't remember. Like I saw someone comment and talk about tank controls. Is that how this is played? Like do I just totally not remember that? Is that a thing? Because watching the trailer, it looked like he was kind of like curving when he was moving. Is it kind of tank controls? I don't even remember that. But I remember the world of it, the world of Croc. And that's what has me excited. I'm excited to play it again, where I think I'll have a better grasp of playing it. Because some of the platformers that I played as a kid, like Donkey Kong Country and the Mario Bros. And the 3D Marios and stuff like that, I didn't have an issue. But I recall never beating Croc, so I don't know if it was that I just didn't give it enough time. I don't know what it was. I just remember having like an allocated amount of time that I played those, and it didn't drift off any further than that. I have like faint memories of like trying to play Croc 2, like as time went on, but there was definitely a time where I was just done playing PS1 games. Like I just really didn't go back to those. If I did, maybe it was like a Crash Bandicoot or a Spyro, but I don't recall it ever being Croc 1 or 2. Which, by the way, I hope they plan to do this with Croc 2, because I'd really like to play through both of them. But I'm also so happy that this is getting a remaster thing. Because some of these, like the Gex trilogy, I believe it's the whole trilogy. I don't fully remember. But that's like getting like re-released, and it doesn't really look like they're doing much with it at all. Could be wrong, but from what I saw, it didn't really look like they were doing much with it. It's nice to see that this is like a remaster. Like you can play it in widescreen. It looks better. I'm excited for that. But this is one of those games that I'm actually genuinely excited to dive into and see if how I felt when I was a kid with this game, I could actually do as an adult. Because a lot of these older games, I was really able to like dive into the universe, and I liked the universe of it. Because some of the games I try to play now, I don't always get as into like the enemies and the characters and the worlds and stuff like that. But the world of Croc I always thought was neat. So I'm very excited to dive into this, and I'm curious if there's other people like me that have like good memories of Croc and enjoyed the world of Croc, but never really played them to the level of like a Donkey Kong Country or like a Mario Bros or Mario 64 or something like that. I'm very curious to hear people's like experiences with this game. Or if you don't even know what this is and you plan on trying it for the first time, I'm curious about that too, because these re-releases are very interesting because I don't know if people who don't know of these would care to try it. Like that's the one thing that's very interesting about these re-releases is I don't know how you sell it to those who have no idea what these are. But I am curious if this series has an audience big enough already of those that would be interested who knew of it from the past that may or may not get this remaster. Like is there enough people from that era that remember this game that would purchase this? But either way, I'm just excited to dive into this at the age that I'm at now because of the fact that this was one of those series that I had like from memory, I had nothing against it. I liked the worlds, the characters, all that stuff. Never ended up, I really don't think I beat either of them. And I have memories of playing them. So I'm very curious to see how I feel about at least the first one, because I don't know if they'll remaster the second one. But I'm very curious to see how I feel after I play it. But in general, though, I'm excited to play it. This was a game I was not expecting them to do this with. Maybe like here it is ported over, but an HD remaster, definitely was not expecting that to happen. When I saw this trailer pop up, it just popped up, I think, on the recommended, and I was like, what? Like, this is happening? And then to see that it was actually like an HD, super excited. So, curious what you guys think about this. I know that, like I said a million times, I'm excited. But let me know what you think about all this. Are you going to be getting it? Do you remember Croc from back in the day? How do you feel about it? Do you... Like I said earlier, are you someone that's like me that didn't fully beat it, but like plan to like really give this one a go? Or I don't know. Curious on your thoughts. Curious about... I don't know. It just feels so weird. I was not expecting them to remaster a game like this. So I hope that there's an audience for it. I hope that I end up liking it. And yeah, I don't know. This is just really cool.